So I don't know if anybody else saw them arrest that little old man at the shooting of the Charlie Kirk thing. I just, I know of the name. I've been kind of watching everything going down. And that boy they arrested, it seems like they took a bunch of things and edited them together. So I just wanted to put my 2 cents on that as an artist. I write and journal every fucking day. And I try to be very generic with the names that I use. Sometimes I'll just say things like, old man or, my love or whatever, very generic words for male, female, whatever. But I feel like art shouldn't have to be explained. Sometimes I'll email the same thing to multiple accounts. Sometimes I will have multiple accounts that are following people, and I will just leave them and walk the fuck away. If somebody hacks into those accounts and starts editing things together and moving things around, I can't control that. You know what I mean? And these motherfuckers have been stealing notebooks and sketchbooks from people for years, and writings and journals. It's something that they do out here in Rutherfordton, North Carolina. It's extremely fucking illegal. And it's also something they do, I guess, for fun. They like to steal things, plant evidence, hold things over your head. I've had people literally show up at my house, DSS workers, etc., wearing my stuff and just looking at me like, haha, we got you now. And I'm like, I just fucking work here. So I stay at home. I work from home. I buy groceries for my family. I do product testing. I make art. I'm an independent contractor and I very rarely make any kind of money. Whenever I do, it's usually just like a few bucks here and there. And I try not to use too many utilities or other things because I can't fucking afford rent somewhere else. I stay away from my child's father, even though he lives right the fuck next door. I don't want to see him. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to look at him. But here the fuck we are, you know? So like these motherfuckers, since I've been back here, he dumped me and my daughter in a meth cook site. He knew it was a meth cook site. He knew it. And then he abandoned us there. And he left, and whenever he would come in from work, he would scream and start fights and elicit reactions. After I had been alone in this place all day with our daughter, I would sit here and just all day trying to clean up the fucking mess that they left us in with animal piss and shit and the fucking chemicals in the fucking walls and stuff. And I still to this time, like I spend time with my daughter, but I refuse to let her come over here because of how long it takes a place and a person to detoxify from that kind of fucking environment. He had my pets killed. He had my journals stolen. He's had people hack into my accounts. He's had my data leaked. He's had our intimate photos leaked, as well as multiples of my exes have also stolen phones from friends, family, etc., had them bugged, and then turned around and sold their data, sold their personal information, sold their identities. I mean, it's just been fucking rampant here. It is fucking terrible. Um, and these are all fucking crooked motherfuckers trying to bust head and make a few bucks. There's been many times where I knew my phone was bugged because of the way it was acting. The battery would discharge as it's doing now, where it just refuses to fucking hold a charge. It overheats. So every day, whenever I wake up, the first thing I do is post online to make sure that if something were to happen to me, that all of the original data is saved to the servers to which it's uploaded. Because protecting yourself in these kind of situations is very difficult. And explaining to people what the fuck you do whenever you've been all over the world and you've traveled like I have, and you know how motherfuckers are crooked as shit out here and how they operate. Um, you know, you start to learn how to check yourself when these assholes start doing the shit that they do. Anyway, this is an unfinished piece. I was really inspired by some of the the mythology that I was reading, the storytelling that I was reading about these two cryptids. You could look them up. But anyway, yeah, art shouldn't have to be explained. If you say something fucking generic like my love or some shit like that, and folks take that shit out of context. You know, there's fucking writing and notes and shit all over the place. I try to leave a little paper trail here and there, just to make sure that if somebody tries to hurt me, um, you know, that's there, because they be fucking. Motherfuckers be motherfucking. And whenever you start putting up boundaries and telling people they're no longer to have access to you or your work or other things, they start to get suspicious. They start to turn into douchebags. And they behave in a horrible fucking manner. And it's borderline debilitating just to function as a normal person whenever you're constantly under those kinds of attacks. I don't know if anybody else can relate to that, but it's something that I've dealt with for a long fucking time. I mean, they would steal stuff out of the fucking trash at school. I would pass a note to somebody, they would throw it away, and these motherfuckers took it upon themselves to dig our notes out of the trash and read them. So whenever I tell you that motherfuckers be motherfucking, I am not even kidding. They probably collected data from that kid that shot that dude from years just to try to pin it on somebody else, knowing full fucking well it was that old dude they arrested in the very beginning. And that's the tea, honey.